cameras, yeah, and I'm not blocking. Okay. They're moving now. I'm not blocking. Right? Well, I have a place now. I'm gonna have to move.
This camera
I'm told 7 times.
Okay.
Am I in your shot? Okay, I'm on.
First time you took it? In Ankara first time? In Ankara? First time? No. Oh, no.
Different color.
How many years later? How many years later?
7.
Oh, well. This is my first time.
Oh, it is? Welcome.
Thank you. Ben buradayım. Bana bir şey
Are you staying right here? You're right between me and the door.
And Verizon. I'm getting that on Verizon.
Duruşlasın. Selam. Dur. Dikkat. Sola. Bak.
We are okay. Yes.
Kameranın önünde durmayın abi. No, no.
No, she's her sixth person.
That's fine.
Yeah. Right one. One go around.
Abi sen de yanaş.
Komutanım. Selam. Dur. Dikkat. Sağa. Bak.
question. Are you done? Or do you need some more time?
Sakız çiğneyen şoför ve Amerika bayrağı.
Onlar abi normal. aşağı atıyoruz.
Bitti. Canlılar da her şey.
Bundan sonra kapatıyoruz. Kapatıyoruz.
And not every lever rests in the hands of military decision makers. Our next panel is entitled People, Plans and Products, a Whole of Society Approach to Industrial Preparedness. And this will give us a sense of this complexity and how different institutions have a role to play and play their part. And for that, I'm very pleased to announce our next moderator, and that will be Anton Laguardia, who is the diplomatic editor for The Economist, and he'll be joined by the
Ігор Іванович, проходьте туди, щоб ми не... This is amazing. You're Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Volodymyr, shall we close the door? Great. Thank you. Volodymyr, great to see you, and welcome to the NATO summit. What we are seeing over the last couple of months is what you guys are doing. It is really courageous. You are successful in hitting the Russian energy infrastructure, the Russian defense infrastructure, deep inside Russia. As you said in your speech, Putin is willing to sacrifice up to 30, some months even 35,000 of his own men being killed on the battlefield. Can you imagine the enormous loss this is for families and everyone? This is what the Russian president is willing to do. But militarily, it is crucial that you have these successes. Then on the front line, I mean, only 4 or 5 months ago, you still saw the Russians making gains, and now it is much less so. You are much more successful also on the front line. I think there's one big issue we have to work on. That's air defense, air defense, air defense. Making sure your cities, your vital infrastructure is protected. And by the way, when I list all the issues Russia is facing, one of the most important ones is what you're doing to their economy. The economy is in a very bad shape in Russia. So maybe just one message. Let me repeat what I said when I visited with the ambassadors of NATO in Kiev. If you are a young man in Russia today and you contemplate to join the military, you might be one of those 30,000. This month, next month, the months after, you know that your president in Russia, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, is willing to sacrifice you. So think about it again before you join the military. And again, thank you for being here and being such an incredible leader and friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you, dear Mark. Thank you, you personally, and thanks to President Erdogan and for the invitation to NATO summit. Thank you for this opening forum which is very important, Defense Industry Forum. Thank you for organization, and this is important, and I hope that our companies, not everybody, because we have hundreds of the companies, but some representatives of our sector, defense sector, will present what they do, how they do, and I think this is very important to share all this experience with partners. The second point, I agree with Mark, absolutely. We can speak about different initiatives which are important for Ukraine, Danish initiative, Czech initiative, anti-ballistic, the new initiative, but Mark is absolutely, first of all, it's very helpful with the Pearl program. Thank you very much. Because of this program, we can get maybe sometimes not too much, but anyway, PAC-3, PAC-2 missiles from the United States. And tomorrow we will speak about different topics with President Trump and also about this. But also what is important is today to find a way how to get as quick as possible, as much as possible, missiles for Patriot systems. This is the most important thing. We will discuss with Mark this topic. We understand who is not only Americans, by the way, from our friends, they have these possibilities, and we need it very much, and it's urgent topic for us. I think you saw all these attacks from Russia, each day attacks. It's true that they begin to be weak on the battlefield. Russians, and they still a lot of soldiers, and still we have to defend our soldiers also. When we speak about defending, when we speak about air defense, we need it for civilians, but also for our army. We need them to defend them. And of course, we see that the weakness of Russia, we feel it, but it's not enough. We need more pressure, more anti-ballistic, and more sanctions on Russia.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome. You're welcome.
elbette. Gözler Trump ve Erdoğan'ın Cumhurbaşkanı'nın külliyesine gelmelerine çevrilmiş durumda. Basının ilgisinin, rağbetinin çok yoğun olduğunu bir kez daha uygulamamız gerekiyor. Zira 3 katlı gördüğüm kadarıyla bir platform kurulmuş durumda buraya. Hem Amerika Birleşik Devletleri'nden hem de Türkiye Cumhuriyeti'nden çok sayıda basın mensubu burada. En son bu kadar kalabalık basın mensubu Papa'nın Türkiye'ye ziyaretinde Cumhurbaşkanı'nın da havaalanından çıkışının çok yakın olduğu bilgisiyle bir kez daha paylaşmak isteriz buradan size. Artık dakikalar sonra Trump ve Erdoğan'ın gelmesi bekleniyor. Cumhurbaşkanı Erdoğan dönem dönem konuklarını havaalanlarında karşılar. Genelde Arap Yarımadası'ndan gelen konuklarını havaalanlarında karşıladığını anımsıyoruz. Ki onlar da genelde Cumhurbaşkanı'nı havaalanında karşılar. Bu kez Cumhurbaşkanı Erdoğan havaalanında Amerika Birleşik Devletleri Başkanı'nı karşılıyor. Bu önemli, için önemli. Çünkü Trump Erdoğan sayesinde geliyorum vurgusunu sık sık yapmıştı. NATO zirvesine katılımı konusunda negatif olduğunu, hatta nötr olduğunu tahmin ediyorduk, biliyorduk dünya kamuoyunda. Ancak Cumhurbaşkanı Erdoğan'ın ev sahibi olması ve davetin doğrudan ondan gelmesi dolayısıyla kendisinin bizzat katıldığının altını çizmemiz gerekiyor ve Amerika Birleşik Devletleri'nden gelen bu açıklamaların akışının ardından Cumhurbaşkanı Erdoğan'da kamuoyunun yeni açılışı yapılan, geçtiğimiz ay açılışı yapılan havaalanında Trump uçaktan indi.
There's a Turkish flag on one side and on the other side there's an American flag, but I can't even see the flag. You know? It's right by that column. So in order to get that shot, I would have to be, down there somewhere.
I'm not sure if we've made negotiations for that, but let me go talk to Riley and this
Türkiye'nin en büyük devlet konukeri NATO zirvesi için inşa edilmişti. NATO zirvesi dolayısıyla Türkiye Cumhuriyeti'ne Ankara'ya gelecek devlet ve hükümet başkanı.
Or behind that row of flags.
Yeah, I think he wants a Riley's
So that I
going to
can
talk
shoot
about a head-on.
down while they're, so I can get them coming up, and then when they stand, I can turn and get them.
Air Force One adını aldılar. Air Force One'ın rengi genelde mavi ve beyaz, ancak Trump bu kez o uçağı kendisi dekore etmiş, rengini kendisi belirlemişti. Alışılagelmiş olandan farklı kırmızı tonlarda, lacivert tonlarda bir Air Force One gördük ve Donald Trump'ı taşıyacak olan The Beast ya da servismana söylediği adıyla Cadillac One adı verilen araçta yine onu hazır bekliyordu. Bakalım Cumhurbaşkanı Erdoğan ve konu beraber gelecekler mi? Aynı araca binecekler mi? Bu soru önemli. Buradaki protokol, Türkiye Cumhuriyeti'ndeki protokol şöyle işliyor. Cumhurbaşkanı Erdoğan konuğuna bir araç tahsis ediyor. Tahsis edilen o araçla buraya geliyor. Bakın hemen sağ tarafta rica edeceğim. Platformun üzerine Türkiye'de çıktı. Milli İstihbarat Teşkilatı Başkanı İbrahim Kalın'ı, sol tarafında Hazine ve Maliye Bakanı Mehmet Şimşek'i ve ortada da Milli Savunma Bakanı Yaşar Güler'i görüyoruz. Bu isimler ikili görüşmenin yanına gelecekler. İkili görüşmede Cumhurbaşkanı Erdoğan'a eşlik edecekler. Bunu ifade etmemiz gerekiyor tabii ki. Genelkurmay Başkanı'nın da keza yine burada olduğunu ifade etmek gerekiyor. Törene verilen öneminde ne kadar büyük olduğunu bir kez daha hatırlatmak gerekiyor. Burada İstihbarat Teşkilatı Başkanı İbrahim Kalın, Savunma Bakanı Yaşar Güler ve Hazine Mehmet Şimşek burada olacak. Bu isimler niçin önemli? İstihbarat önemli. İstihbarat faydası önemli.
He's going to get the top to start shooting down.
I mean, they're not going to say anything, right?
Milli Savunma Bakanı burada askeri işbirliği
Riley,
I'm just waiting on an answer. I'm going to push from there.
they're not going to say anything, are they?
No, it's just one.
Ayrıca silahlı kuvvetlerinin güç kabiliyetlerinin artırılması için hava kuvvetlerinin ihtiyacı olan belki F-35 sürecinde gelinen son durum ne olacak? Türkiye'nin bir F-16 talebi vardı. O talepte gelinen son durumu, bu başlıkları Yaşar Güler'in de hem muhatabıyla ele almasını bekliyoruz hem de ihtiyaç halinde Cumhurbaşkanı'nın ve Amerika Birleşik Devletleri Başkanı'nın kurmaylarına bu konuda dönmesi gerekiyor. Bu dönüşlere dair de açıklamalarda bulunacaklarını bekliyoruz. O toplantı sırasında Hazine ve Maliye Bakanı Mehmet Şimşek burada ekonomik ilişkiler konuşulacak muhakkak. 100 milyar dolarlık bir ticaret hedefi var Türkiye ve Amerika Birleşik Devletleri arasında. Hali hazırda 40 milyar dolara yakın bir çerçevede ilerliyor Türkiye'nin Amerika Birleşik Devletleri ile ticareti, ancak bunun artırılabilmesi adına 100 milyar dolarlık hedefe ulaşılabilmesi adına hangi ek adımlar atılabilir? Bu sorunun cevabı önemli. Hazine ve Maliye Bakanlığı'nda burada olduğundan hareketle konunun özellikle maliye boyutunun da, ekonomi boyutunun da, ticaret boyutunun da ele alınacağını tahmin ediyoruz elbette. Bu kritik görüşmede artık hazırlıklar Cumhurbaşkanlığı Külliyesi'nde tamam. Cumhurbaşkanlığı Külliyesi'nde gerçekleşen gerçekten önemli bir törene tanık olacağız biz. En son 2009 yılında bir Amerika Birleşik Devletleri Başkanı Türkiye Cumhuriyeti'ne resmi ziyaret yapmıştı. Bu resmi ziyaretten sonra bir kez daha Donald Trump geliyor. En son Obama gelmişti. Trump'ın ilk döneminde gelmemişti. Biden bir ziyarette bulunmamıştı Türkiye'ye. İkinci döneminde Donald Trump Türkiye Cumhuriyeti'ne bir ziyarette bulunuyor. Resmi ziyaretin üzerinden 17 yıl geçti. Obama 2015'te G20 için gelmişti ancak bir resmi ziyaret kapsamında değildi bu. Bu bilgiyi de burada hatırlatmamız gerekiyor. 21 tane top atışı yapılacaktır bu törende. Zira A tipi karşılamaların hemen hemen hepsinde biz bu top atışlarını görüyoruz. Konunun şerefine yapılan top atışlarını. Amerika Birleşik Devletleri Başkanı için de benzer bir sürecin işletileceğini aktarmamız mümkün. Tören düzeni biraz farklı.
So Nick, come here. You're gonna station just to the left of his camera. When security pushes you, you fucking move it.
Abi bu senin yanında duracak. Tamam onu anlatıyorum
Bu
abi.
da sizinle birlikte.
Sen
So Nick, this is
senin
part
yanında
of an
duracak.
official
Sen kaç
ceremony.
dediğince buna da söylüyorsun bu da
It was
çekiliyor
not
abi.
planned before. So this was part of this is part of the official ceremony. Can you hear me? Do you hear me? Yeah, yeah. And we are just deciding about it right at that moment. So you are new in this movement. So it's extremely important that when this is a TRT host broadcaster, when he moves away, you have to immediately move away.
Buraya şuraya gelecek.
Will that be when they turn?
Tam olarak hangi aşamada kaçacaksınız?
Geçtiklerinde biz kaçacağız.
Right,
Ben haber
right.
veririm kendisine.
Tamam.
Kaçaldıkları zaman.
The moment they reach the stairs, before coming up the stairs, he'll tell you to move and you guys will move.
Buraya gelecek.
You move
I have to
here.
move the moment they reach the stairs.
Yes. Before they take the stairs. Take up the stairs.
I have to see them stand at attention and hear the anthem. I have to see that.
That is not possible because this is part of the official program and even the host broadcaster won't be here.
How about over there?
Orada da olamazlar.
Behind
No,
olmaz.
no way.
Çünkü liderler tam burada duracak.
Because the leaders will be standing right here.
I know, I have to see them somewhere.
Eğer biraz geri çekilirse
So-
kurtarır mı
Nereyi tam
acaba?
nereye istiyor şurada? Şurada tam nereye istiyor?
Biraz geri çekilirse
Şey
kurtarır
diyor,
mı?
Trump'ı milli marşı söylerken görüntüsünü almam lazım diyor.
O orada. O burada değil
The
ki.
national anthem will be way there, way back there, not here.
They don't stand here?
They
Burada
stand
tokalaşma
here,
var sadece.
but they just handshake here.
O tarafa
I have
dönecekler.
to
A big
see that.
handshake.
I have to
Onu
see-
görmem gerekir diyor.
Tokalaşmayı mı?
Tokalaşmayı.
O zaman aşağı inecek. Bekleyecek biz aşağı alacağız. Buraya
Then you
çıktık.
can do it from below,
Okay.
which was the first discussion. Zaten 5 kişi oraya alınmayacak mı?
Evet. Tokalaşmadan alacağız. Ben sana
Where do they do the
anlatıyorum. En son
handshake?
artık
Where do they do the handshake? Right here?
Yes.
So can I be right down there?
Riley? Yes. So remember there was our request for 5 visuals to be here when they're handshaking.
Yes.
That was approved. So Nick thinks he should be one of them to shoot the handshake.
Travel.
Okay.
ben ne istediklerini anlamadım.
Okay.
I don't know where this movement came from, but yeah, you just want the good
I have to see
angle,
their
I think.
handshake somehow.
They will handshake at the mic, correct? Well, they will turn and
No, when
acknowledge-
they come here,
Handshake
they
mi
will
bu?
handshake.
My boss Danny.
Yüzleri de arkaya bakacak.
So we can discuss that with him really quickly, and I'll let him be
Tamam.
the fact.
For now, let's think that Nick is gonna move with the TRT cameraman. For
Sağımız. Tamam şimdi. Tamam.
Kıyafetler yeni, sıkıntı çıkıyor.
Misafir havalimanından çıktı arkadaşlar. Az bir süre kaldı.
Biraz bekleyelim sonra şey yaparız.
Hüseyin. Beyefendi giriş yaptı mı? Değil mi? Girdi beyefendi. Trump çıkış yaptı, haberi geldi. Tamam. Şaşıracağız. Yoksa olabilir. Dikkatli olun.
İyi bağlı. İyi bağlı. İkinci hala. İkinci halada indiriyorsun. Bastım indirelim. Alta geçelim. Bence.
Anlaşıldı efendim. Şu an bu Devlet Demiryolları Köprüsü üzerindeler.
Merhaba, Aşkar.
Şu basınla görüşmeniz.
Öncelikle NATO Liderler Zirvesi'nde değerli dostumla Ankara'da bir arada olmak bizlere ayrı bir güç katmıştır. Kendilerine hoş geldiniz diyorum.
First here, on the occasion of the NATO summit, I would like to welcome my valuable friend, Mr. President Trump, who has participated here today with us and added strength to the summit that we are convening for.
Ve bu ziyaretin ne kadar önemli olduğunu özellikle ifade etmek istiyorum.
And I would like to express how important this summit is that we are here gathering for.
NATO Liderler Zirvesi'nin bugün Ankara'da yapılıyor olması ve tüm liderlerin şu anda ülkemizde bir araya gelmesi, yarın değerli dostum Sayın Trump'la birlikte olması bizlere ayrı bir güç katacaktır.
The fact that we are convening here today for the NATO Ankara summit and that all the leaders are arriving and tomorrow with the presence of President Trump, which will be adding might and strength to our summit.
Kendilerine tekrar hoş geldiniz diyorum.
Once again, I would like to say welcome, Mr. President.
Well, I want to thank you very much. As everybody knows, it's been very much reported. We are great friends. The president has done an incredible job just landing at the airport, to see such a beautiful airport and to have a building named after me. I was very happy about that. That was very nice. The airport is absolutely beautiful. The roads coming in were brand new and beautiful, and you've been a great leader and a respected leader all over the world, and we really do. We've had right from the beginning good chemistry. We've had a very special relationship. Turkey has become, under the president, a very powerful country militarily. People don't know how powerful, actually. They have a lot of our equipment, and they have a lot of great soldiers, and they're really somebody to be reckoned with. And the nice part is that because of the relationship that we have, it's all gone very well. I just want to say that I have a lot of respect for the president, and I think it's really to the benefit of both countries. We're going to be talking today about trade. We're going to be talking about other things having to do with the military, lots of different things. Probably we'll mention Iran, where we have essentially decimated their military. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. And we're going to have some very good discussions. But we do a lot of trade with Turkey. We make great things, and they make great things, and we've had it's had a very big impact on both of our countries. So I just want to tell you that it's an honor to be with you, and we're going to have a lot of good meetings. We're going to have good dinners, good food. We're going to have a good time, but mostly we're going to have a lot of work, and we're going to do good things for our countries. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım, sabahına kadar geldiniz. Çok teşekkür ederiz o yüzden. Çok uzun süren bir dostluğumuz var biliyorsunuz. Son derece saygı duyduğum, yakın bulduğum bir insansınız. Buradaki buluşmalarımızda, görüşmelerimizde 3 konudan bahsedeceğiz. Askeri, ticari ve bir de İran konusundan bahsedeceğiz. Gerçekten çok güçlüsünüz. Çok güçlü askeri ve silah sanayi açısından çok güçlü bir yerdesiniz şu anda. Dolayısıyla teşekkür ediyorum ve çok iyi bir vakit geçirdiğinize inanıyorum.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Mr. President, are you going to sell F-35s to Turkey, and what about the legal restrictions?
Well, it's a decision we're going to make. We have a very good relationship. I would think that many people, I can tell you, many people, including the people sitting right here, thinks, why wouldn't we do that? We have a better relationship with Turkey, and Turkey's been in many ways much more loyal than other countries that we think would be loyal. So, yeah, it's something certainly we would consider. It's a great plane. It's the best, currently the best plane by far. And it's certainly something we will consider, yeah. Yes, Daniel, please. You never know why a relationship is special. Some people you get along with, and some people you don't. Sometimes you get along with the toughest people, like him, and sometimes you don't get along with the weakest, most pathetic people. You just don't get along. Maybe you don't respect them, but from the day we met, we got along. We had a pastor, as I remember, his name was Pastor Brunson, and it was a very big thing, and it was very traumatic. He was sentenced to a long-term prison sentence, and I felt he was innocent, and I called. Other people called. They got nowhere. I called the president, and he released him immediately. It was something that the evangelical community will never forget, because he was a good man, Pastor Brunson. So, just things like that, we just it's always worked out. And I think it's been from the very beginning, from the first moment. I said it before, it's a chemistry that works between us. There are those that I don't have a good chemistry with, I will tell you that. And we work that out too. Say it?
Are further troop drawdowns in Europe likely? And are you satisfied with the progress that NATO allies have made?
Well, we're going to see. I was very disappointed with NATO. And frankly, if it weren't held in Turkey, where my friend happens to be a very strong leader, a very strong person, it's possible that I wouldn't have attended. I felt I had to attend because of the fact that, I know he's gone all out. It was a big thing to have NATO come to Turkey or any place else. It's a big thing. But we weren't treated well because we did something in Iran. We don't need anybody's help. I didn't even want their help. But before I asked, they said they wouldn't be there. And we've invested trillions of dollars in NATO. Why? To protect European countries and others, Canada, etc., but to protect people, countries from, generally speaking, it used to be the Soviet Union, now it's Russia. And I say that's fine, but you would think that they'd be very willing to do something to help us. And they really weren't. In the case of the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister, I guess he's no longer there, maybe because of this. It was a very unpopular thing he did. He said, no, we'll help after the war is over. I said, I don't need that kind of help. We didn't need any help at all. And in a way, I was testing people. I was testing to see whether or not they'd be there, because I've long said that we helped them, but I'm not sure that they'd be there for us. And Italy turned us down, and Germany turned us down, and France turned us down. And it's okay. But, why are we spending hundreds of billions of dollars and they're not there for us? We've always been there for them.
Türkiye ile Suriye arasında Türkiye'de efendim.
İran'daki savaşın sona erdirilmesi için oldukça çaba sarf ettiniz. Müzakere süreci devam ediyor ancak nihai bir anlaşma noktasına gelinmiş değil. Bundan sonraki süreçte Türkiye nasıl adımlar atacak İran ve ABD arasındaki müzakere sürecinin olumlu bir şekilde neticelenmesi için?
Bu süreçte yine aynı şekilde bizler İran-Amerika ilişkilerini nasıl bir düzleme kavuştururuz? Onun gayreti içerisindeyiz. Elimizden geleni yapmak suretiyle dünya barışına bir adım atalım diye gerek şahsım, gerek arkadaşlarım hep birlikte çalışacağız.
Gazze'ye sormak isterim ben sizlere. 80 bine yakın insan hayatını kaybetti Gazze'de. Çok büyük de bir yıkım var. Ateşkes sağlandı ama yer yer ihlaller devam ediyor. Ateşkes ihlallerinin önlenmesi için, insani yardımların Gazze'ye girebilmesi için, ayrıca Gazze'nin yeniden inşa edilebilmesi için önümüzdeki süreçte ortak atabileceğiniz adımları değerlendirecek misiniz muhatabınızla? Müsaade buyururlarsa kendisinin de bu konudaki fikirlerini almak isteriz. Teşekkür ederiz efendim.
Özellikle Gazze konusunda tabii değerli dostumla bunları da konuşarak özellikle bu bölgedeki barışı sağlama için bu liderler zirvesini çok önemsiyoruz ve bu liderler zirvesinden aynı şekilde bir kararın çıkmasını da hayra yorumluyoruz ve bunun olabileceğine de ben ihtimal veriyorum.
Efendim, Türkiye-ABD ilişkilerinin geliştiği bir dönemi gözlemliyoruz. 2025 yılında geçen yıl Amerika Birleşik Devletleri'ne yaptığınız ziyarette önemli ticari anlaşmalar da imzalandı. Suriye konusunda Türkiye'nin önemli bir aktör olduğunu söylemişti Sayın ABD Başkanı. Şimdi yeni dönemde gelmeden önce de Sayın Trump bir sürprizle geliyorum ifadesini kullandı. F-35'i, Kaan savaş uçaklarının motorlarını konuştuk. Acaba gündeme gelebilir mi şeklinde. Siz bu sürprizin ne olduğunu düşünüyorsunuz? Türkiye bugünkü görüşmelerden sonra istediğini alabilecek mi? Teşekkür ederim.
Tabii F-35 konusu biliyorsunuz bizim için yeni bir konu değil. Ve bunu bizler Amerika ile daha önce de görüştük. Ve biz 5 uçağı da sözünü aldık ve Sayın Trump'ın bu konuda bize ayrıca sözü var ve şimdi de bu liderler zirvesinde yapacağımız görüşmelerde F-35 ile ilgili kendilerinden bu daha önce aldığımız sözün ben geleceğe yönelik olumlu şekilde test ettiğimizi biliyorum ve bu konuda da Sayın Trump her zaman sözünün arkasındadır. Burada yine inşallah F-35 konusunda bu liderler zirvesinden hayırlı bir karar çıkacağına inanıyorum.
What does that mean?
Is it going to be handed over to a third party? Is that not part of the deal?
Third party? What is the third, with respect to what?
There's our concerns about the Russian missile defense system. Do you have those concerns about this system? Are they going
I
to
have no concerns at all about anything. I mean, he's a leader of a country that he's made a much better country, much more powerful country. And you see it. I mean, it's beautiful. You get off, the roads are beautiful. It's an amazing thing. Now, I have no concerns about anything having to do with Turkey. The relationship, I would say the relationship with Turkey right now is better probably than it's ever been. It was good in my first 4 years, but I think now it's probably even better than that, if that's possible.
Sir, U.S. military and Turkish military constitute a really strong and large military base for NATO. Are we expecting further defense cooperation out of this bilateral meeting, out of this NATO summit here in Ankara?
Well, we're going to find out when I go there. We're going to find out. We're going to be having meetings. I'm very friendly with many of the leaders. Some of them are new. We don't know them. But, I've been doing this for now sort of a long time. If you count the 4 years where we had a rigged election, it was very much into politics then, too. but I spent the first 4 years. I spent 4 years in a little different state, and then we've had an amazing, probably the best year maybe ever had by an American president. When you look at the economy, we have the greatest economy we've ever had. We have $19 trillion, $19.2 trillion to be exact, being invested in the United States. That's 7 or 8 times more than it's ever had. It's a world record, not just a U.S. record. And I just read where, in fact, coming over, I was in the car with those beautiful horses, those great riders, those great soldiers, and it came over the wires that Toyota is moving out of Mexico into the United States and building one of the biggest truck and car plants ever built. It's amazing. That's what tariffs do, if properly used. And so we've never had a more exceptional economy or potential economy. There's never been anything like it. Under the last administration, they did much less than $1 trillion of investment coming in. And we're at $19.2 trillion in actually the first 12 months, because that's where it's, really, so we're there a year and a half, so that number is now substantially higher. But 19.2 trillion, Scott, for a period of 12 months. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. So we have by far the greatest economy. We have more jobs right now in the United States than ever before. And we have a great relationship with some countries on trade, and Turkey happens to be one of them.
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım, siz her fırsatta dünya 5'ten büyüktür, daha adil bir dünya mümkün tutuyorsunuz. Bugün konuğumuz Sayın Trump, ABD Başkanı, onun da zaman zaman küresel sistemin mevcut durumuna ilişkin eleştirilerini biliyoruz. NATO'nun 2 en büyük askeri gücü olarak bu noktada, bu eleştiriler doğrultusunda ortak bir adım, ortak bir girişimde bulunması önümüzdeki süreçte söz konusu olabilir mi?
NATO'da 2 önemli ülke olarak gerek Amerika gerekse Türkiye, bizler bu liderler zirvesinden de dayanışma içerisinde güçlü bir çıkışı sağlayacağız ve bunu da başaracağımıza inanıyorum.
Bu yana arabuluculuk tesis ettiğiniz, 2 ülkenin Dışişleri Bakanlarını Antalya Diplomasi Forumu'nda bir araya getirdiniz. İstanbul'da çok önemli müzakereler yürüttünüz. Bu zirve kapsamında da Sayın Trump'ın Sayın Zelenski ile görüşeceğini biliyoruz. Nihai aşama olarak hangi noktadayız? Savaşın sonlanması konusundaki gidişata ilişkin değerlendirmeniz nedir? Teşekkürler.
Antalya Diplomasi Forumu'nda Dışişleri Bakanlarımız bir araya geldiler. İstanbul müzakere sürecini de...
Is that for me? Are you asking me, or are you asking the president? The president, yes.
Biz Rusya-Ukrayna arasındaki bu gelişmeleri de yine değerli dostumla burada paylaşacağız, görüşeceğiz ve ona göre de adımlarımızı atacağız.
Televizyon kanalından Hatice Kübra Bal. Benim sorum da aslında az önce biraz yanıtladınız ama Türkiye'nin 5. nesil uçağı Kaan motorları için F-110 motorlarından söz edeceğiz. Aynı zamanda kassa yaptırımları ve bu bağlamda da F-35 alımı ile ilgili aslında bu görüşmeden bir somut sonuç bekleyebilir miyiz? Onu merak ediyoruz.
Ben bunu daha önce değerli dostumla görüştüm ve Kaan'la ilgili onun motorları noktasında bu liderler zirvesinde bu görüşmeyi değerli dostumla tekrar bir araya geldik. Onu görüşeceğiz ve inanıyorum ki bununla ilgili bize verdiği müjdeyi burada da tekrar edecektir ve bu müjdeyle de herhalde liderler zirvesinde kendisine teşekkür edeceğiz.
You know, I might add that Turkey bought planes. It's the best plane. But they bought planes from the United States. And when you buy a plane from the United States, if there's engine rehab and other things that are done to engines. There's various things that happen, including just maintenance. I think we have an obligation to maintain engines and help them maintain engines. When you buy a plane from us, what are we going to do? Say you're buying a plane if the engine needs work or if the engine has to be rehabilitated or even upgraded somewhat. But I think we have an obligation to do that. What are you going to do? Say, I'm not going to do that? Look, Turkey's been, I know, a lot of people don't agree, although I think with time they're starting to. Turkey has been a great ally for us. Turkey could have gone on the side. They know Iran very well, and they know the problems with Iran. But they've been very instrumental, along with a couple of other countries, of helping. They could have gotten into the fight. I hear some people saying about their relationship with Israel. They could have gotten into the fight. They're a very powerful military nation. They didn't do that. Maybe they didn't do that because of me, but they could have gotten into the fight on the other side. They are a nation that's been very, very good, and I can speak for myself as president. They've been extraordinary in many ways with respect to our relationship, including trying to end the war with Iran, or whatever you call it. It's not even a war, it's a military operation. It's a denuclearization. That's really what it is, of Iran, because I don't think he wants to see them have a nuclear weapon either. I'm pretty sure of that. In fact, I'm totally sure of that. So, but when they buy a product from us, whether it's a plane or anything else, when it's time for maintenance, I think don't we have an obligation to help them? What are we going to do? Say, we're not going to let you use the product that you spent a lot of money in buying? And especially when it's been somebody that frankly has been more helpful to the United States than many other more traditional countries. I do. I had a very good talk with President Putin, who, by the way, has a lot of respect for President Erdogan, a lot of respect for him. We had a long talk yesterday. It lasted a long time, and I also spoke with President Zelensky right after that. I think they both want to make a deal. It's too bad it took so long, but I think there's going to be something's going to come out, and the president's also helping us with that. But I think there's something. I settled 8 wars, and I think we're going to be settling a 9th. It doesn't seem likely now, but sometimes with war, I see when it's least likely, that's when it happens. I had a very good talk with President Putin. I had a very good talk with, I would say, as a combination. A lot of times I'd do well with Putin, and Zelensky would be a problem, or vice versa. Zelensky would be great, and Putin would be. They both want to get it settled now. More than that, that's all I do in my life is deals. I know deals. And I think we're going to get it settled, hopefully soon. Last month, 35,000, mostly soldiers, died. The month before that, it was 24,000. The month before that, it was 27,000. And the month before that, it was 29,000. But last month, it was 35,000 young soldiers, mostly soldiers, died. And that's crazy.
Bahsediyoruz ancak savunma sanayi işbirliğimizi sürdürebilmemiz için Amerika'nın katsa yaptırımlarını da kaldırmış olması gerekiyor. Sayın Büyükelçi Barak burada kendisinin bu konuda aslında mesajları da oldu geçtiğimiz aylarda. Sayın Başkan'ın da bu konuda olumlu düşündüğünü biliyoruz. Hem ticaret hacmi hedefine ulaşmak hem de NATO zirvesinde burada Sayın Trump gelmeden önce de açıkladılar. Aslında Türkiye'nin hattıyla zirveye katıldığını da açıkladılar ama aynı zamanda katsa yaptırımlarının Türkiye'ye uygulanıyor olmasının bir tezat olduğu düşünülüyor. Bu noktada, bu görüşmede artık somut bir netice alınabilir mi? Ayrıca siz bunu gündeme taşıyacaksınızdır. Muhtemelen Sayın Başkan'ın da bu konudaki düşünceleri de alabilirsem mutlu olurum. Teşekkür ediyorum.
I can tell you, we're going to be taking the sanctions off. Okay? I don't want him to waste his time answering that question because we're working very closely with Marco Rubio, a very famous man, great Secretary of State, and with Scott Bessent, and with Pete and everybody else. we're going to be taking the sanctions off. It's time to do that. Okay? We don't want to sanction friends. It's very simple. There's plenty of people we can sanction, and we are sanctioned. We don't want to sanction friends. And because of the president, you know, we have a very good relationship with the new leader of Syria, and he's done an amazing job. In a year and a half, he's pulled the whole country together. And I have a very great relationship with him. And somebody said, well, he's pretty rough to put him there. I approved him along with the president. We were the two that really wanted him. And he's done a great job. He's done a great job. He's pulled it together. Not an easy job.
Post yesterday with respect to Prime Minister Maloney, that True Social post with the restraining order.
Oh, I don't know. I think she's a nice person, actually. We've had a good, we had a bad relationship. It became a little bad because she refused to help us. Again, I didn't put a heavy press on her, but she refused to get involved with the Hormuz Strait, or you could also say just Iran. She refused to get involved. So it soured my relationship with her a little bit. But I like her. I think she's a nice person, actually. But I think she made a mistake. You know, they get a lot of their oil from, we don't get any of our, we have a lot of oil. The United States has more oil than anybody. And when you add Venezuela to it, it's like we have far more oil than anybody. We don't need the straits. We do this because we think it's an important thing to do. But she just wasn't there for us. And I wasn't happy about that. You can imagine, I wasn't happy about that.
Why do you think that? What conditions have changed? Did Putin seem...
About with what?
Russia-Ukraine. Did Putin seem open to any concessions that he
Never
had?
changed. I just don't want him killing people. You know, it doesn't affect the United States. When Biden was here, he gave them hundreds of billions of dollars worth of equipment. Now I sell the equipment for, you know, fair price, the full price. And I sell it not to Ukraine, I sell it to the European Union. They pay us. But with me, it's not anything to do other than I'd like to save lives. You have 25, 35, 30. One time it hit 41,000 a month souls. They're dead. They leave their mother in Ukraine. They leave their mother and father in Russia, Ukraine. They wave goodbye. And a week later, they're dead. It's crazy. And I would like to see. It doesn't affect us. It's really, you know, it's far away. It affects Europe much more. We're there to help Europe, but it doesn't affect the United States. We have an ocean in between. But, you know, it's just, I can't stand watching what's happening. I've seen the pictures of those battlefields, and it's a drone war. It's a war of drones. It's a whole new technology. And we're actually the leader in drones now. We have the most sophisticated drones, but people wouldn't believe how violent it is. And I've seen the battlefields. They send me pictures. I actually want to say, don't send them to me. Pete, this man right here sends me pictures. Pete Hegseth. And I said, Pete, you know what? It doesn't help to look. I've never seen anything like it. It's carnage. And it should stop.
Open to any concessions to end the war? Did Putin seem open to any concessions to end the war in your call with him?
I get along very well with both, and we're going to get it settled. And President Erdogan's helping us get it settled, as he's helping with Iran. With respect to what? Well, that's what hurt my relationship with NATO. Because Greenland doesn't help Denmark. Denmark doesn't spend money to really help Greenland, but it's an important part for the United States. And it's surrounded by China ships and Russian ships. And that's not going to happen. The ships it's not going to happen. It was Greenland that, and it continues to be, that should be controlled by the United States, not by Denmark. And when they wouldn't go along with it, and with all the money we spend to help them with Russia, and we don't have to spend any money, we could remove all of our soldiers out of Europe. Because as you probably noticed, Europe's a very different place than it was 20 years ago. A lot different, much different. It's a much different, and they better be careful with immigration and energy. If they're not careful with those two things, you're not going to have a Europe anymore. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Değerli arkadaşlar,
One thing, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Harika gerçekten. İnanılmaz bir şey yani.